let's say the light, the warmth, the UV spectrum of the sun is to a plant as the light, the love, the truth, the beauty of God is to a human soul. Plants create a sugary substance that they feed upon through the chemical process of photosynthesis, which requires light from the sun and water and oxygen. The plant takes these things and through a chemical process turns it into food for itself. Humans, our souls, take the love, the light, the truth, the beauty of God, and through a spiritual, alchemical process, turn that into soul food. This is what drives us, truly. When there's a deficit of the light, the love, the truth, the beauty of God, for whatever reason, we suffer on every level, just like a plant might wilt or become susceptible to a disease. We will become depressed or develop cancer or anxiety. Plants need sun, and their leaves are the way that they go about catching the sun. And if you take a walk through a forest, you'll notice that the trees or the plants, the shrubs growing in the understory that are shaded by the canopy in the forest, they tend to have much larger, broader leaves than the plants growing above them that are exposed to more direct sunlight. The tree or the plant that is in direct sunlight needs less surface area to catch the sun because they're receiving it directly. Now you can look at humans and what it is they carry and attempt to obtain love and happiness from, and tell how closely they are walking with God. For the most part, we shouldn't judge anyone. Everyone's walk with God is their own business. But this analogy is for us. Okay, as in our own walk with God. Are we trying to obtain happiness and the feeling of love through the acquisition of material things, our leaves? We could say that our material possessions and our worldly, temporal things, activities as well, these are like the leaves we carry, that we hold to try to create some sort of food to live off of. Okay, a spiritual being can't live off of material foods. It needs the love and the light of God. And just like a tree that's growing in direct sunlight, a tree doesn't have to have as many leaves. A human being, a soul that is directly connected to God and Source and is directly feeding from that love and that light and that beauty and that truth, doesn't have to try to acquire some semblance of that love through the carrying of broader leaves. material things. We can learn so much by studying nature, because we are nature, especially plants. We are so much like plants. I have learned so much about myself through gardening. So it's meditative, it's healthy, it gets you outside. It allows you to just not zone out, but get in a flow state and reflect. It's very meditative. So I went and spoke to the city, the real estate department at the city where I live, and I'm seeing about getting a plot of land to use to start a community garden, but not a community garden where everyone just has their own little plots and they're growing annuals. I'm thinking more about starting a food forest that allows people to come in and learn. So I would be kind of a benevolent dictator, running the space, planting the things, designing it, much like Elon Musk. But I want to create something in my city that feeds people on every level. Yes, physical nourishment, but also spiritual nourishment. So when people get back in contact with the earth, there is something that happens because we are part of it. There's something that happens inside of us. Something is activated. God has given us everything we need. And truly, if human beings were more directly involved in meeting their own survival needs, we would see less depression and anxiety. Because people would begin to wake up to the fact that life is intrinsically meaningful, that the meaning of life is life itself. We're actually part of it. The cycle, the circle. And growing your own food allows you to have a direct experience of that.